Last time, I literally blew up part of my crate mod railway while making a canal for my ship. This is slightly problematic for my trains, so today I'm going to build a railway drawbridge over the canal. And actually, that's not all. I'm going to be upgrading my railway with 2 different drawbridges and 4 normal bridges while also improving the rail yard and building a new vehicle to help with constructing tracks. All in preparation for expanding the rail network to a distant desert in the near future. I haven't really seen this view of the colony yet without the ship, because there's just usually been a giant sailing ship right there. You can't see the houses, but now we can actually see it because the ship is somewhere over there. It's looking cool, and it's only gonna get better. First priority is fixing these train tracks so that it's functional again. So I'm gonna have to shift these rails over. So this track is gonna move on the other side of this track. This track is instead going to be what can connect here. Let's put that over there, and then this will make it a very gradual slope. I like it when I can get the gradual slopes and not the like crazy roller coaster ride things. So that should be, here, look, that's a lot better. So we're gonna need to go through this with the machine soon, but let me just get the tracks set up. Alright, so we're gonna dig this out again, or on this side, and expand it. I really hope that it gets updated at some point so that skeletons can't just shoot arrows through the contraption and hit you. Boom! So that's the other turn. So that's gonna link up fine with that. So let's just get this up the rest of the hill. Need to connect this somehow up to here. And it's gonna be like, oh no sloped S-bends probably. Okay, that might actually be kind of better in the long run. So in order to make functioning railway bridges, since I can't actually use normal tracks and then raise them and lower them as an entity, kind of explained that a few videos ago, you have to use phantom tracks, which are invisible. The tracks don't actually leave, meaning the train could technically cross the canal even when the drawbridge is raised up, but it would just look like it's floating. So we put some iron ingots here, and then we put some phantom rail things, phantom membranes, and then you get 32 phantom tracks per craft. So that's pretty good. So that's 4 stacks of rails. That should be way more than enough. So first we're gonna come over here because it's already close by. So let's take this. We'll make these phantom tracks. I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing here. We'll get to that later. Cool. And even though the gauge changes by like a block, it doesn't matter. The train can still go across it. It doesn't actually take gauges into account, which is nice and unrealistic. If we come over here, I can connect this with phantom rails as well. And I think it's gonna activate the trains that have been waiting, or the train. Oh yeah, see, there it goes. I don't know if that other thing is on the wrong track. It is. I'm gonna need to get it out of here. Wow, I've never seen this before. I don't know how I managed that. We are back for now. I don't know how long we're back for. You never know with this. The biggest enemy is, as usual, Minecraft itself. Oh, it's coming back. Shoot. I am blocking the path then, I think. I didn't know it was on the way back. I don't know if it's going to be able to chart a different path. Oh, come on. Bruh. Well, it may not look like it, but there's tracks here. So I can just go right across. You can just start floating. And let me turn on this. All done. I think it's safe to take this back and park it again until we need it for the next project. The trains are running again, so before I go and actually build the bridge over there, there is one thing I want to do first. I want to make a farm for dark oak, partially because the train tracks I use are made out of dark oak wood and I don't have it automated yet, and also it's going to be a little weird the way I set this up, but it may also be able to include some other saplings. Like I'd love to have a jacaranda sapling, and even include palm in there, some wood types of other things that I'd actually want. So I was gonna add at least one more spinny tree farm next to the other spinny tree farms over here. I was gonna cover the ravine up and go do that. Also, the cool thing is the barracks up here is almost upgraded, which is awesome. I'm hoping they're gonna be able to use iron armor once they're upgraded. It's done, so we can build the third tower out of 4, I assume. And I can queue these ones, shit, I didn't mean to recall you. I can upgrade these as well, and then they'll be able to hire yet another, hello, yet another guard. I actually realize I can pretty easily just swap out one of these here, and then just start growing it in one of the rows, so that I don't need to build a whole separate thing for it. I do need to build a separate thing for the dark oak though. So I think the way I can do this is I can have little pockets where it's like, oh look, there's four spots for a tree, so it could grow here. Oh, over here we could grow another tree right here. I don't know, like, probably have to do that. I could probably grow a tree here. I don't really know if it's gonna have problems or not, but since it's a 2x2 tree, I can't just spam it because I don't think it will grow at all. Maybe it would, and honestly, this is just unnecessary. I'm sure I will find out in the comments if that's the case, but I'm gonna fill this in with as many of these spots as I can. I'm gonna sit here for a second, see if this actually grows and it works the way I'm hoping, or not. We got one. It's working. I feel like it's not getting enough saplings back, but I guess we'll just have to see what it does over time. I'll check back later. Every time I make blueprints, I always lose them. It's not like they destroy themselves. I just always lose them. But fine, I'll make more blueprints. That's right. As you can see right there, that's one of them. I've got a bunch of blueprints now for the structures that we need to build. There's actually quite a few of them. There's like 3 bridges and two different drawbridges. So I think 5 things. Maybe I may even be forgetting one. We'll see. But we better get started if we want to do this. All right, first one we're gonna put right here because we were already starting on this and we got most of it ready to go. So let's position this. Ready for some lag? Well, no, I'm never ready for lag, but that is the drawbridge in a very incorrect spot. But this is the first design I've made in creative. It is based off kind of a real bridge, but then also the towers and the realistic part, it's not realistic. There's no way you would house mechanisms in here for a drawbridge. I wanted to go a little bit with a more old, medieval, maybe 19th century style design. Like maybe they turned it into a drawbridge, or they just put rails on top of it, who knows. But that's why we've got almost the castle-like stuff. Anyways, let's get the material list, the depressing part. Only 7 pages, epic. I like how my weapons factory is full of animals now. Hello. Hello. Don't ask how, it's a long, complicated story, but they're here now and they're probably gonna stay for a while. Anyways, the last stuff I need requires steel frames and steel scaffoldings as building blocks. So I have 24 steel in there, but I know I'm gonna need more. So let's turn that on and let steel go into here and we'll completely fill these up. And then this is gonna cast ingots for us, which will be good. Shouldn't need more than that. So you can make the frames here. So each one gives you 4, that's pretty good. Steel scaffolding, 1 ingot to 2, so I need 32 steel ingots. Oof. I need almost double what I have right now, so I'm gonna be waiting here. Well, maybe not that long, actually. Oh, here comes the train. Look, it's going on the invisible rails. Well, not for long. We're about to transform this into something halfway decent. Alright, here's some gunpowder. Let's get the settings right. Don't skip missing blocks. That's better. Take a look at that. It already makes the banks look so much nicer, and I have plans in the future to build some cool stuff on either side of this. It's not just gonna remain the blown up stone. I even added my own rails here, you can see, using these little corner strips. It's not perfect, but anyways, let's see if this works. I hope it's not broken. Hey, it looks like it's working. Best I can tell. awesome. I'm always scared when I do that. After some of the issues with the drawbridge I had before, where I completely destroyed one side of it upside down and broke everything. That was terrible. What the heck? And it should go right back down. All done with drawbridge 1. Let's do drawbridge number 2, the one by the steel mill. This schematic is pretty big because it's meant to fix the entire stuff here, or build the entire stuff here and fix some of the issues, including this. We need to sort this out, so that's part of what we're going to be doing. We're not going to be just following the schematic. I'm going to be fixing rails. I'm also going to be building the decorative stuff here. Material list. This is probably going to be longer. Here's the new bridge, bridge number 2, the one with the very janky counterweight over there. So all the pictures I was seeing had giant counterweights, but they always had 2 of them, one on each side. But you see, it would be a little problematic if there was a giant counterweight over here. So my bridge magically works with just one of them, and there's absolutely no issues with it, even in spite of only one counterweight. Yeah, nothing strange happens. Also, it's not a multi-part bridge, it's just one part. And you see this thing comes back here. And there's no problems with the rails or anything like that. It works just fine. And this thing does a lot of useful things for me. It's very important to the whole thing. Anyways, if we come over here, this is what it looks like when it's raised up. It looks cool. I mean, visually it looks cool. Realistic, 1 out of 10. Looks cool. We'll give it like a maybe like a 7. It's a little janky. It disappears into the ground. But it does function as a drawbridge. Actually, what am I thinking? It says 0 out of 10 realisticness because there's invisible tracks that are here. Anyways. Alright, so my inventory is loaded with new stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this in here, make it look good. And then it's going to be time to make another machine. I'm going to make a mini version of Lay's. It's just going to be enough for one track, to clear out one track. I might have to design in creative mode though. I don't know if I can rebuild this, we'll see. I should have everything on me in order to build one of these just smaller and a little bit better. Made a big mistake when first building this in that I oriented the rollers in 2 different directions, and I didn't realize they were directional when I was building it. So that means that they actually were not working unless you drove it backwards and forwards, which is kind of bad. Whereas instead it needs to be, well, something like this. They both need to be in the same direction, about like that. I think there's a spider under me. I knew it, there's a spider with speed under me. Great, that's everything. Let's form the train. Hopefully this works. Let's assemble it. Oh good, it did. Also, I need a name for this train. Any suggestions? Any suggestions for the name for the train? I'll take a look down in the comments and we'll choose it for the next video, but let me know your ideas. Well, now I just have half a Lay's and everything's turned off, right? Okay, good. I need to go fill up on gravel and I need to get some rails. And then we're gonna need this probably. We might need the other one as well because it's gonna be time to completely rearrange this. You can see we've got some problems here. Well, I'll come back in a little bit, but now that I have a dark oak farm, I can make a lot of rails quickly. Because I have thousands and thousands of dark oak logs. Also, we haven't been running out of saplings. I was a little concerned for a bit, but we were all good to go, so no problems with the farm. Already got 5,000 logs. Yay! Well, now that I've got 2 lines of track here, this is not going to work anymore. Let's extend this as far as we can. But this needs to go away. And this one needs to go away. Or go over here. But I also need to get it over to this without getting in the way. Oof. Unless I want to make it super cursed, it's not going to work. That's what I was thinking though. I'm going to have to get rid of this line of the railway yard and then move it over here, I guess. And so let's move this out of the way. Here we go. So we make this go over here, then we connect this up to this side of the track. Because the right side, it's supposed to be going that way. So this track just has to completely go away. And suddenly we have quite a bit of extra room here to do stuff. Okay, stop sitting there. I don't know why that was not working. Goodbye, train. now that I've used that to clear out most of the stuff, I need to run through it again with the little small machine, because there are some parts that are not so good. So if I turn this on, we'll turn on our drills, and watch what happens when I shoot. Go back, back, back. It should do that. Nice. So I don't have to go back or anything. And now we're gonna go build the remaining 3 bridges that are waiting for, well, they've been waiting for a long time since I built the 3,000 block railway all the way to the Scarlet Mountains. There is a bridge that needs to go right here. Another bridge that needs to go right here. No, I'm sorry, I said 3 bridges. There's 4 bridges. There's a 3rd bridge here, and the 4th bridge is this one. So, if I'm gonna do that, we're gonna need some materials, and I'm gonna need some schematics, and time. Okay, so I already should have this one schematic ready. This bridge goes over a deep valley with a river in it, and it's curved, so it's kind of a more advanced design of the bridge. Of course, the other ones are diagonal, so they have their own problems. But let's get started with this one. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's only one thing I'm missing, and it's kind of weird. There's this thing called mossy black sand, and you cannot craft it. You can only find it as a block in certain biomes. Biomes like volcanic plains, I think, is where you find it. That looks like what I need. Yep, there we go. How much do I need? I only need 20. I'm gonna get more than that so that I hopefully don't need to come back here. So the replay file kind of broke a little bit. When it saved, it was crashed the game in the middle of saving, and then what I did have just wouldn't export. But here's the bridge in all of its glory. I wish there was a time-lapse, sorry about that guys, but the other ones all have their time-lapse. And just for a bit of context, all the bridge designs are modeled after the railway bridge that you see in the Harry Potter movies that the Hogwarts Express goes across. Some of you probably got that immediately, but that's kind of what it's inspired by. But anyways, I've got another 3 of them to do, all of which have time-lapses, so let's not waste time. What's that make this video? 2 drawbridges, 4 normal bridges, plus a new railway machine? Assuming I didn't cut any of that out. Anyways, that is where we're going to have to end it for today. That's quite a bit of work, but I'm glad that I got the railway here all sorted out, given how long ago I built it. I wasn't even sure if I was ever going to get to it, but we did indeed. Next time, we're going to go far away again and deal with trains, but this time we're going to go to a big desert, and we're going to set up a bunch of pump jacks, and we're going to make an oil carrying train, a tanker train, to get oil from the desert, because we really need oil before we can do bigger things, like make bigger ships or vehicles at all. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you guys next time.